Please silence your cell phones, PDAs, and beepers while in the showroom.
I like how people are already turning their backs on Obama after 1 year. After 1 year, they're turning their backs on it and stuff like, what are you going, thought we were getting free Nikes and shit.
Well, it's a lot like the first time that I actually had sex. Hear me out. At first, it's a little awkward. And we both start getting into it. And then you won't be able to stop laughing at me. Just like the first time I had sex, right? Except they gave me 8 minutes to be up here on stage, so after the first 2, your guess is as good as mine.
Like Verizon slogan is, hey, can you hear me now? Next touch should be, hey, when was the last thing you heard me say? They suck, they're awful.
I feel so bad and I wanna feel good, feeling good.
Life's too serious. People need a laugh. Laughter comes from everywhere. People, places, situations. Beyond the slew of health benefits of laughing, it's just plain fun. But what about the people that make us laugh for a living? What's it like in front of the light? Where'd they come from? Stand-up saw a boom in the 1960s with an influx of new wave comedians. It was pushed forward in the years following.
The 80s was very, very influential in stand-up comedy in the United States. It really started things going for the industry as a whole. A lot of the great guys that came out of the Second City, a lot of the TV comedians, a lot of the movie comedians started in the 80s, late 70s, 80s.
Today's stand-up comedy has become one of the largest moneymakers in the entertainment industry. Just take a look at some of these comics' income. But a comic doesn't go straight to the arena or even the main stage. The money must be earned. So how does one secure the elusive big break? The process involves navigating a widely acknowledged hierarchy.
A majority of them start out at open mic, which is something that fosters young comedians and helps them grow throughout their comedic career. A good example would be Larry the Cable Guy. Before he was Larry the Cable Guy, he was Dan Whitney, and he used to perform at open mic in our Tampa location.
Okay.
Before he hit it big.
Their next step is to MC one of the open mics.
Okay.
We have 2 open mics here at Side Splitters. So you go from open mic to MC. That's the natural progression.
And MC is really, that's the first position you have to take. It's the worst job, it's the most underappreciated, and it's the hardest one. But if you can master it, that will take you out where you need to be.
No two comics take the same route. Different people get noticed at different times. But everyone starts out the same, with material they wrote, mic in hand, standing up, on stage. That first on-stage experience is something comedians never forget, no matter how big they make it. This is Pedro Lima.
5 o'clock in the morning Vegas time, and it's 5 o'clock in the morning East Coast time, and I forget, and I call my girl. I go, babe, I won! And she goes, what? I won! I won $1,200, I won $600.
And Patrick Garrity.
I'm trying all these tricks to stay awake. I'm chewing gum. I'm listening to the radio station, which is not always a good idea. Because sometimes we reach a part of the country, the only station to come in is like 98.9 smooth jazz. Just sit back, relax, and let your fingertips slip off the wheel. God, smooth jazz is like kryptonite. This is horrible.
I was horrified the first time, but I don't know. I got a couple laughs with really nothing prepared. I was so scared. I actually brought a chair onto the stage. I sat down because my legs were like so, and then I held onto the mic like with two hands, like it was a dick. And I was just like, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And I heard my voice for the first time, and then on the speaker, and I was like, "Oh God, I sound like a fag." But that was it, man. And it's like something. It was like trying on like a shoe, you know. It's like, "God, this is it."
Yeah.
You know, I don't care.
I just got hooked on it. Like the adrenaline was a lot, and it just like a junkie, I wanted to be on more and more and more. first thing is get on stage.
Yeah.
And don't think that it's an overnight success, because nothing happens until year 8 or 10.
It takes time for a comic to get here. Through those years, they continually develop their material and act. What the audience sees as smooth and natural, the comic sees from the ground up. Comics spend countless hours polishing bits before they're stage-worthy.
Some bits take 3 weeks to 3 months to get polished to the point where you want them. And you have to do it. You have to know. Like for me at least, I have to know my bit all the way to the point. Like every facial expression, every eyebrow raise, every little mannerism. Like I'm constantly going over stuff and revising it, writing.
The people are going to be drawn to you, not to a cheap imitation of, say, Rodney Dangerfield, say Chris Farley, whatever. I mean, sure, that might work, but to a certain extent, they'll be like, well, this guy's just like this other guy. I wouldn't want to be like, that's the guy that's like such and such. I want to be the comic that's such and such.
Like, everybody's naturally funny, so it's not basketball or anything like that. Just because you get on stage, you're gonna get better. I mean, you gotta have at least some sort of talent. You know what I mean? You gotta have some natural comedic timing for it.
Poise, originality, and timing all affect how jokes are presented. Not only does a comedian have to write good material, but he has to deliver it for the audience to laugh. So that begs the question.
What do you think is more important, writing or delivery?
Definitely delivery.
Delivery. Yeah.
Delivery would probably be more important.
Delivery is very important because, like I said, a joke could be a mediocre joke, but if you deliver it well, that's what the audience remembers.
You can have a buddy, man, I saw this comic the other night, dude, he was so funny, and they tell the bit, and it's word for word. The same, but it's delivery. It's there.
I can tell a joke one way, you can tell a joke another way, you can kill, and as usual, I can suck.
There's guys that are on stage, they might not have anything to say. But the way that they talk and the stage presence they give, that gives them a lot of leeway. Material
comes and goes. How you deliver that material is how you react, how you get the crowd to react to you.
But even once a comedian gets comfortable with the act, they must follow certain guidelines to keep getting gigs and making money. Some clubs want clean comics. Some don't care where an act goes. Comedians must be able to adapt their act to a given situation and still make it seem natural.
Anybody can get up there and just start saying nasty words. You can cuss and you can talk about, lewd activities, and you're going for shock value. But it takes a very skilled performer to get up there and be completely clean and still get laughs.
You want to be more universal than picking a select group of people. I could have a bunch of drug jokes and be funny in front of people that do drugs. Okay, that's great. But is that going to really sell for me in the bigger picture? Maybe, maybe not. So I want to be more universal in what I do with my comedy.
This is the only forum that's complete free speech, and you can say whatever it is. So I have this thing that when people tell me not to do something, I tend to do it out of spite.
You see great comics, like Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, Kennison, Carlin. And they make it look so easy. I mean, they make it look like it's just talking. It's so much more than that, Because that's why they're great. Like Jordan made basketball look easy. He made it look like it was just whatever. But when you're doing comedy, it's not just up there. You're up there bullshitting.